Hi, welcome back. We are now working in the High School and Beyond Plan Course Planner assignment. All right, so go ahead and open that up on your dashboard. And we're going to just go ahead and start by downloading the attachment here at the bottom. All right, there it is downloaded for me. Now, if you're having any problems downloading it from here, go ahead and click on the blue attachment at the top. It might redirect you back to the bottom, but click again and whoop, there it is. So let's go ahead and open up the class. All right, so this automatically opened for me in WordPad. Now for you, it might open up in Microsoft Office, it might open up in Office Libre, or even in Google Docs, okay? Now, this assignment is not going to function very well for me in this program. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of this. And I'm going to go and pull up my Google Docs. All right. If you're using your student email, it is through Gmail. So you should already have access to Google Docs through that. Okay. Now, go ahead and open up a blank assignment. We're going to hit File. We're going to hit Open. We're going to hit Upload. Select a file from your device, Course Planner, open. Give it a minute. Sometimes computers need time. And there it is. So this is a blank document, all right? And I already have one that's completed. So I'm going to work from the one that I have completed right here for us. So let's start with my academic course planner. Put your name at the top, full name, please. And then you're going to put your cohort year. Now, if you are currently in our program and it's 2021 and you're about to graduate, please don't write down that your graduation cohort year is 2021 unless that is the year you were supposed to graduate originally. So if you were supposed to graduate in year 2019, please write 2019, okay? Your cohort year is the year that you are supposed to graduate, all right? So down here we have the subject area. And next to the subject area, we have grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, and grade 12. Each of your subjects are organized as you get older and as you get wiser in school. You'll start with English 9, freshman English, then you'll move on to sophomore English, which should be harder. Same with mathematics. You'll start with Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, and some of you might have to do financial math. Every student is different, okay? So we're going to start by writing in the names of the classes that you took when you were in grade 9 that counted for this subject area. So in this section, English classes. What English class did you take when you were in the 9th grade? It would have been freshman English or English 9. Okay, you probably took semesters 1 and 2. All right. Remember that semesters equal 0.5 credits. So right down here, you can see I did semester 1 and semester 2 of freshman English when I was in grade 9. Okay. That equals 1 credit. All right. And then if we scroll along the bottom here, you'll notice, or along this right here, grade 9, 10, 11, and 12. I did 1 credit of English every year. All right. So that means credits required for graduation in English was a total of 4.0 credits. All right. And that's what you're going to do for every subject area. Mathematics. Algebra 1 is typically the starting mathematics class. It's typically the freshman mathematics class. Geometry is grade 10. And then algebra is typically grade 11 or 12. Some of you might need 4 credits of math, and some of you might need 3. If you took financial math, put financial math. Write down how many semesters of it you took. And in the end, make sure you write down how many credits those semesters equaled out to. All right? So let's go ahead and get into, well, how do you find this information, right? On your dashboard, you have something called the My Graduation Path, all right? Right here, I took a picture of one of my students' dashboard. Right here on the side, My Path, all right? And here it has a list of all of your classes that you have taken or that you have yet to take while you're with us. Here under Legend, T is for transferred. This little icon is for scheduled. The little time icon is in progress. And this little exclamation point means that there's still required class, like the class is still required for you to take. So let's start with English because that is the first subject area that we need to fill in. If we look right here, English, right there. All of these are already pre-organized by subject for you. We have English. How many credits of English do I have remaining? 0. So I know that I am completely done with all of my English credits. Let's calculate how many English credits that is going to be. So here I have English 9. It says I took semester 1 and semester 2. That's 1 credit. Great. English 10. Semester 1 has been taken and semester 2. That's 2 credits. English 11. Semester 1 and semester 2 have been taken. That's 3 credits. English 12. Semester 1 and semester 2 have been taken. That's 4 credits. So I'm going to go to this table and I'm going to write down English 9 right here, or freshman English if you want. You can write semester 1 and 2, but I want to make sure at the bottom you include how many credits you took in total your freshman year for that class. All right? So remember, we had 4 credits in total that we took, 1, 2, 3, 4. Write it down right there, the total of English credits you need in order to graduate. All right? Now let's move on to mathematics. This student that I'm using as an example right here, our mathematics class is right here at the bottom. So Algebra 1, semesters 1 and 2 have been taken. That's 1 credit. Geometry, semesters 1 and 2 have been taken. That's 2 credits. Algebra 2, semester 1 has been taken. And if I remember, this little watch icon means I am currently enrolled in semester 2 of this class. So I know that even though it says it's not completed, it is being taken and it is necessary in order for me to graduate. If you look at credits remaining, it even says 0.5 credits because this class is not yet counting for that remaining 0.5 credits. So let's do the calculations. Algebra 1, semesters 1 and 2, 1 credit. Geometry, semesters 1 and 2, 2 credits. Algebra 2, semester 1 and semester 2 are required for graduation, so that equals a total of 3 credits in math. All right? So I'm going to go back to my course planner, and if I were the student, I would write 3 total credits are required. And then Algebra 1, that's typically your starter math class. Geometry, Algebra 2. She didn't need financial math. So I'm going to go ahead and write NA if I didn't need a 4th year credit of math. All right? And you're going to continue to do that with science, social studies, your health classes, and your electives. All of the information you could possibly need is included on this page for you. All right? So go through each subject and make sure that you're counting how many credits you need in total and what classes you've already taken. If you have a class or a subject area that is not scheduled, you don't know what class you're going to take in order to fulfill the remaining credits. So, for example, this student has an art classes. We can see she's already taken Viscom A and Viscom B. That's 0.5, 0.5. That equals 1 credit. All right, great. She has also already taken Art Foundations. That is 1 credit. So she has a total of 1.5 credits. But look, she still needs another 0.5 art credits. So that tells me in total, we're going to need 2 art credits in order to graduate. Okay? We did the math, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. That equals 2. All right? So we don't know what class she's going to take. We don't know what this is going to be. So if you have a certain amount of classes that you need to take, there's no specific subject class name that is included for you. What you're going to write when you go into, write this down. So for her art section, I would put, you could browse through our selection, choose art and world cultures. But if it hasn't been scheduled for you yet, you could write in sophomore art, not taken yet. Oh, I misspelled sophomore, sorry. I need 0.5 or 1 semester. And then just at the bottom, I would put 0.5. All right. Make sure that you're adding the credits at the bottom, because once we go through every single subject and you write down the names of the classes that you have taken, and if you have not been scheduled for a class, but you know that you still need a certain amount of credits in a certain subject, you can write in sophomore art, or, junior in grade 11 or grade 12, junior or senior CTE credit class not scheduled. I need 0.5 credits. Okay. This just shows that you know how many credits and how many classes you need in order to graduate. And it has to reflect here. So basically, everything that is on this page that is already written out for you needs to be translated to this page. All right. So you go through and you write out all the classes that you need, and you write down how many credits each of those classes are worth. All right. Now we get down to total number of credits. So at the bottom, total number of credits should match what you have in each of these. They have to add up. So 5 plus 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus whatever. It needs to equal 24 credits. All right. If you're not sure how many credits in total you need, it should be on your dashboard right there. So 21 credits is where we're at. 24 is where we need to be for this student. All right. So we know that. Now what you need to add in these little boxes down here is how many of those credits of the total 24 you took your 9th grade year, your 10th grade year, your 11th grade year, and your 12th grade year. All right. So you're going to scroll back up here. You're going to say, okay, I did freshman English. That was 1 credit. Algebra, 1 credit. Earth science, history, all those 1 credit. That equals 4 so far. Yoga, 0.5, so we're at 4.5. Digital literacy, that's another 0.5, so we're at 5 credits. And then 1 credit of digital career development, another of teen living, and that brings the total of credits taken my freshman year to 7. And then you're going to do the same thing for each of the following years. So grade 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right? Pretty easy, but it does require a little math for you. Now let's move on to the next question. How does my career interest connect with the PPR courses I am taking or plan to take? So PPR courses would be, your courses, some of your elective courses that you're taking with us, or personal pathway options. All right. So let's say you are planning to not go to college and you want to instead own your own business. All right. Your academic coach would be adding classes that coincide with what they know you want to do. If they don't know what you want to do, they might just give you whatever classes they can. However, typically your academic coach is trying to give you classes that coincide with your career pathway. All right. So, an example, I took marketing and business classes because I want to run my own event planning business. They were helpful because I now know how to do my finances and how to get more awareness for my business. Now, if you're confused about, well, how do I know which classes are my career interest or my personal pathway classes, refer back to this page right here. For some of you, it might come up as occupational education. For some of you, it will come up as personal pathway option. For some of you, it will just come up as CTE. All right? Everyone's dashboard is different. So just keep that in mind. And if you're not sure which classes you took that counted for that, like I said, look, it's right there. It's all pre-organized for you. All right, let's move on. This section asks, my high school requirements completed in middle school. All right. So a lot of you in Washington are required to take something called Washington State History. Typically, that is taken when you're in middle school. All right. So you're probably going to write in Washington State History in this section. Now, if you did not take Washington State History, and while you were with us, you took a class called Pacific Northwest History, that means you did not take a history class when you were in middle school. So you will write NA in this section. All right? IEP substitutions. Some of you have IEPs. If you have one and you substituted a class in middle school, write that in. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to contact your academic coach. Also, you should have a copy of your own transcripts if you're confused about any of these questions. If it doesn't apply to you, just type in NA, all right? Now, let's move on to the high school credit earned, assuming 1 point credits unless noted, okay? So high school credit means there is a high school credit class that you took while you were in middle school. Some of you took geometry or algebra when you were in middle school, and that counted for your high school algebra. If you did that, put an X there. If you didn't, skip it, all right? It doesn't apply to you. Now, moving forward, my graduation pathway, right, applies to cohorts 2019 and prior. If you are a 2019 or you were supposed to graduate in 2019 or before that, this section is for you. If you are 2020 and beyond, skip that section and move on to this section, all right? So I'm going to go back to this section right here. It says the graduation alternatives provide the class of 2019 and earlier students with the opportunity to demonstrate their knowledge and skills using methods other than state accountability tests. So let's say, for example, you didn't take your state tests and instead you took your ACT. You're going to want to put an X next to ACT and write in your score. If you don't have your score available, you could try and find that through your school district, if you have a portal online with them still. And if you just can't find it, it's okay if you don't have your score written in there. It is on record. All right. SAT, AP, IB, these are all alternate state testing options. All right. Dual credit courses. So if they wrote off state testing and you instead took dual credit classes, you're going to put in a little check mark here, and you're going to write the course and the grade that you did that. All right. Transition course, bridge to college. These are classes, very similar to dual credit classes. They're in place of the state testing, all right? So in a small number of cases, students might also meet criteria to apply for waivers in lieu of fulfilling state assessment requirements. So if none of these apply to you and you went with a waiver option, you can leave this section blank, because you're going to be going with the waiver option, all right? Down here, very similar, however, a little bit different. For 2020 and beyond, they have the ACT or SAT option, all right? And let's just read through this. Students must complete at least one graduation pathway that will help prepare you for post-high school option you plan to pursue. Use this section of your high school and beyond plan to keep track of which graduation pathway you meet. You may combine different ELA and math options, all right? So if you're wondering, am I on a pathway like option? A really easy way to check is to go onto your My Path and look, it says path. This student is on a college pathway, all right? So her plan is to go to college. Instead of occupational education, she's probably taking classes like world languages. So she's doing Spanish, and she's doing more advanced classes that are going to prepare her for college, like Algebra 2. So yeah, moving right along. ACT math score, like I said before, if you have that score available to you, great. If you can find it, find it. All right. If you took the ASVAB, all right, that's an option you can mark off if you did your junior or your senior year. And if you don't have the score, you can say, I don't have access to the scores, and we'll work with that. CTE courses. So if you went with a pathway option and you did like a CTE like pathway, this is where you'd write in those options that you took. And like I said, it's going to reflect on your My Path, all right? It will say personal pathway, and those classes that you took will be under there. If you haven't taken them yet, write down what your pathway will be. So if you're going into, if you want to go into the healthcare profession, you would write down, healthcare classes, medical classes, caregiver classes in those sections, all right? So the last question that it asks here is, what is your post-high school goal? How is your chosen graduation pathway preparing you? You need to write at least 3 complete sentences in this section. Please do not write one-word answers or even one-sentence answers. Give us a thorough plan. So I wrote, I plan to attend college after high school and earn a bachelor's degree as an art director. My pathway option has given me the prerequisite classes I need in world languages and mathematics to have a head start in my university classes. All right. So, like I said, mark what applies to you. If none of that applies to you and you're going with the waiver option, you know, that needs to be marked in this, all right? So if we have any further questions, please call your academic coach with this section and they can help you further, okay? So let's move on to submitting this assignment, all right? So I want you to start by changing the name, and you're going to change your name, the name of the class. I would put your name in course planner, all right? I'm going to write final just so that I can keep it organized, and boom, there's the name of our assignment. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go to File. You're going to click Download. You're going to download it as Microsoft Word, and there you go. Now take a look down here, and I want to make sure you pay close attention. Course Planner, this is what I downloaded and filled out. So this is a blank sheet, all right? This is what I just filled out and saved. Make sure, and the reason I make you change the name is so you can recognize the difference between this course planner and this one. Make sure you're submitting this and not this, because that happens often and it's, you know, a waste of your time if you have to go back and redo it. So you're going to click Submit My Work. You're going to browse from your computer and you're going to find the file that's called, you know, your name final course planner. And you're going to submit that. And you're going to rock it because you did everything I told you to do. If you have any further questions, like I said, contact your academic coach, and hopefully this video was helpful for you. Thanks.